Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. Another day in the Vandestreek week. We already had 3 other beers by Vandestreek, the Collab and half, and a barrel-aged one that I was really willing to try. We already had 2 of this 2023 barrel-aged Collab series, so time for number 3. We already had 2 wine barrel aged ones, a red barrel and a white wine barrel aged. So what are we having today? Let's go with the bottom one, just because I saw Pirata and I like Pirata brewing. But also I saw that that is a stout, and I am actually in the mood for a stout today. So, a collab between Vandestreek and La Pirata Brewing in Spain. Can very organic, just like the rest of the series. This is a Imperial Rye Stout with Speyside whiskey barrels for the aging. I am not a whiskey connoisseur, but I do know the name Speyside whiskey, so that means it is very well known, and I do remember that is actually a staple quality whiskey, but I couldn't tell you anything more about it. If I wanted to, there are other people for that. Probably like Rampant Lion. James will tell you more about Speyside whiskey because he's a whiskey fan as well. I am definitely not. Together with La Pirata, we brewed an Imperial Stout with generous amounts of rye, which makes the beer nice and spicy. To complement those flavors, we selected some of the finest Speyside whiskey barrels for the beer to age in. Ingredients: water, barley malt, malted rye, hops and yeast. It has an ABV of 12.1%, yeah, as expected. EBC 180 and IBUs 60. Ooh, so that is dark and bitter. Interesting. So let's check it out. I do like rye. The red rye IPAs, for example. Ooh. Oh wow, this is pure motor oil. I don't know whether to drink this or fix my bike chain with it. And I am working really hard to get foam on there, but very aromatic as well. We are gonna call this pitch black. There is no light coming through, not even on the bottom. So this is as black can be. And we are going with brown on the foam. This might as well be cappuccino or chocolate milk. Looks absolutely stunning. Okay. Spicy, as promised. It smells very spicy, very herbal, but also coffee, chocolate, everything you would expect from a thick stout. In this case, slightly sweet, a bit more on the chocolate side, but it is like a mochaccino, or rather a chococino, and it does feel like they added a bunch of herbs. That is partially the rye, but I would not be surprised if they really did add some herbs. Also, lovely roasty scent and even slightly smoky, but not Schlenkela bacon smoked, but more like a regular campfire. So yeah, barbecue vibes. Smells absolutely beautiful. Just for that scent alone, I would give it a 4 easily. But let's hope that the flavor is in tune with the scent and with the looks. So let's find out. Cheers. Oh, sweet Jesus. Aha. There is a lot going on here. First off, that spiciness really comes through just like in the nose. So it is very on point with the aroma. At the same time, ashy. So smoky, ashy, very nice. Well, yeah, coffee. But that is of course classic in a stout. You cannot have a stout with not at least a hint of coffee-ish flavors. But here it is, it's weird. It is present, but it is also like light. I don't know how to describe this. Chocolate as well, also a bit vinous, so a very slight, I don't want to say sourness, but a dryness. It is slightly, well, really bitter as well, but it doesn't shine through as much because it's like a soft bitterness. It's very mellow, and despite having a myriad of strong flavors combined, it is soft and balanced, and I think that is a very weird experience. It's also a bit woody. I don't get the vanilla from the oak casks, but it is slightly woody. It is rather thick. It's almost chewable, but it's not sugary, it's not syrupy, so it is oily. Oh, and there we are. As it warms up a bit, that whiskey aroma, it really, really hits. It tastes like a lovely smooth whiskey. Now bear in mind, it's not an infusion, it is a barrel-aged beer. But yeah, the combination of that smooth whiskey flavor that is embedded in the wood of those barrels, in combination with this thick stout, this spicy rye stout, is absolutely stunning. And that is flavor pairing 101. You have different pillars to pair flavors on, and one of them is complementing flavors, and another one is contrasting flavors. So either things that go very well together because they are alike, or contrasting flavors, things that go very well together because they fight each other and because they constantly fight for attention of the taster. And that is exactly what is going on here. So we have a bunch of flavors that are complementary, that are absolutely beautiful, and then some flavors that are so contrasting that it keeps it really, really interesting. On the other hand, for me, this is a degustation beer, so a savoring beer, a also slight savory beer, but a tasting beer, and I would have a very hard time pairing this with any kind of food. I mean, of course, the classics, a cheese platter or a fruity dessert, yeah, of course. But I would be reluctant to pair this with like barbecue or with game or with heavy meat whatsoever. On the other hand, I would also not be thrilled to pair this with fish or something like that. So maybe a ratatouille, maybe a beef stew, or maybe a vegetable stew, for example. But I think this beer really stands on its own. Very savory indeed. It's like we made an Irish coffee with a hint of like stock, like broth. And even though that sounds really nasty, I mean this in a very good way, because they freaking pull it off. So yet another time that Vandestreek does it again. Also not a beer to chug in 5 minutes. As you notice, I'm gonna take my time to finish this. So, the aftertaste really holds its own. Stays strong. Again, savory, herbal, spicy. And it's not like a chili pepper stout, for example. It's not like the red hot chili pepper or anything like it. But it is really, really nice. Slightly spicy, not hot spicy, but aromatic spicy. Also in the aftertaste, it's like some smoked paprika powder. Yeah, it's more like smoked paprika powder than coffee, for example. Again, a bit ashy, a bit smoky. Love this. Scoring is gonna be hard in the sense that this deserves a lot, but how much? I think I am going with a 4.25. Yeah, that's what my gut says, so why not? 4.25 it is, and as we reach the end of this video, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a comment down below, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon, you'll get notified whenever I upload something. And if you want to support this channel and me making these videos, there are some options. You can trick the algorithm in thinking you love me and they will show me more. If you want to support me even more, visit the Patreon page, and for the low price of 1 beer a month, you can keep this alive. And otherwise, just come say hi when you see me in Antwerp. And I'll see you guys again in the next video. Cheers.